Wednesday the 27th of September, and we're busy chisel plowing over here. Dennis is down here. We got 2 fields that I want to do. We are going to try and cut some soybeans this afternoon. At a Haynes place on the 160, the landform stuff. It's I sprayed it the other day, Saturday. And yeah, some of that stuff was already dry, like the top part of the field. You just saw beans flying when I was spraying. So, and then we got about a ½ inch of rain Saturday afternoon. So it was a little wet still yesterday. No, don't do that. And so we're gonna try today. We might have to leave the bottoms out because they're still a little green, but the rest looks pretty good. The beans look real good. I'm excited to start cutting them, see what they're gonna yield. Christian, he moved back to the Haynes place, and he tried picking yesterday. It's a little too early still. We're gonna wait today, and he's gonna try it again tomorrow, see what it looks like. We might have to wait a couple days on that, but we are in no hurry. It's still early, it's still September, so we're just gonna chisel plowing away, and then we might go grab the combine and move it all back to the Haynes place, and then see if we can cut some beans before they get damaged or they start popping out. It is weird this year because for some reason, I mean, there's been a few fields that we can cut all the way without leaving anything. You've got juice in here. And my dad is still chopping some stalks on McKee. I think they picked about 400 acres, so that will give enough. But anyway, that's what we're gonna do. Oh man. Excuse me, I'm really tired. I don't know why. Anyway, this 8310 is pulling real hard. Using all the horsepower. I've never rubbed this field. This is the 3rd year we farm it, so I don't know if it's been rubbed, but I'm chisel plowing it now, loosening stuff up. We are 3 passes from done with this field. So Tines is picking up some polypipe over here. And then I got one more small field I want to do back in the back there, and then we'll take this back to the Haynes place and come back down and grab the combine and grain cart and head up. And we'll see if we can go cut some soybeans. So we are back to harvesting, and tailing problems already. You can see tailings is full. We got a couple of butter beans popping through, but for most the stuff is dry. Got some green spots out here. But the yield's been pretty good. So far the best we had this year, and this is freshly landformed ground, so I don't know. Well, I couldn't do much talking there with that tailing problem, but I think there's a ghost there because it happened in the exact same spot that it did the previous time. But I'm cutting edges open now, and that's the part about these beds that really sucks, because you cross them and this is a rigid edge, so it doesn't really flex over the bed, so I'm lifting it up just above the ground, so to where every time the combine goes down it doesn't hit the beds. It just go low enough to cut the stalks off. And as y'all can see right here, it's not really good beans. I'm just glad the whole field doesn't look like that. I think they cut pretty bad right here, and y'all see that white line, or that y'all can see that line on this side it's white and that side is brown. That was an old small like 8-acre field that we never farmed. It was just grown up, and so they included that little piece into the landform. So yeah, these beans, they suck really bad on this small acre field. But let me finish this in rows, and then I'll show y'all when we get back in the real good stuff again. Alright, so my average drop about 10 bushel just from cutting ends, so it needs to pick back up, but you can watch that top one until I choke my tailings up again. But that's pretty good for a field that's been landform and that has been cut the way this one has been cut. Anything over 50 bushel is a win for me, and if we get 70, even better. So yeah, I'm real happy so far. Alright, now I'm probably gonna choke my tailings up again. So we are waiting on a truck right now, so won't be long till we come to a standstill and waiting on a truck. So I'm gonna leave that whole part because it is still way too green. I'm gonna give it a couple more days, and then we'll get it at a later time when it's ready to harvest. Man, oh man, that is simply amazing. I don't know what I did right on this field. Might be that I de-broke it after I landformed it all. We did something right, and it's working. We're gonna fill one truck and send it and see what the moisture comes back. So I want to eliminate all this green stuff. But I think tomorrow I'm gonna hand y'all over to my brother. I think he's gonna pick some cotton, and maybe sometimes this week I can get some drone footage of him picking some cotton, and yeah, so I'm gonna give my camera to him so he can explain to you all about the cotton a little more, because I think y'all are a little tired about seeing just the combine all the time, so maybe he will speak to the camera a little bit. I will keep y'all updated on this field, but so far it looks real good, can't complain about it. So tomorrow y'all will be seeing some cotton picking.
Hey folks, hope y'all are doing good. Yeah, I haven't made a lot of videos of me picking yet, but I've got about close to 470 acres probably out already of the cotton. We got about 900 left. So we're over here at the Haynes place today, and tomorrow and probably the next day as well, getting all this cotton out. Then we're moving back to the McKee farm where we've been picking for about 400 acres. So far everything is doing pretty good. We're over here in a dry land / irrigated. Half of it is irrigated. That hill over there is not, because the water runs this way through this waterfront. But this field it's picking clean, but you know, there's still some stuff on there that I can't get because of, we call it hard locks. So the cotton will only open up halfway and it'll stop, so it won't open up all the way to fluff out perfectly so the picker can get everything inside the shell on the outside of the bowl. So it'll drag it halfway and just rip off what it can, because it can't catch it perfectly, and then it'll drag it out on the plant, and it'll just, you know, leave that on there. And the way I look at it is, by my dolphers next to the road, it's barely dropping anything. I mean, it's like really not a lot, barely anything. So that means that it's not dropping anything by the dolphers, which is good. It means that it's scratching off everything off the spindles perfectly and not halfway. So my dolphers are adjusted pretty good. So we are, like I said, probably about 2 days out, maybe 3, to finish up at the Haynes place, and then we'll move back to McKee. But I'll show you all during the day how everything works on here. Out of wrap, and I hope I can make it to that other end so I can feed wrap before I have to bale or wrap this other bale, which I don't know. I'm ready at 80 inches bale and it wraps at 93, and I still got a little bit to go, but we'll see. I might have to just get out in the middle of the field, wrap, feed some more wrap. Alright, I made it to the end just in time. I stopped the picker so he can stop baling or whatever, feeding the bale room. So I'm gonna load some wrap and show y'all a little more about that. So I had to lower my handler. The other day this sensor in here went out that tells me my handler is down, and it basically stopped the whole machine. It didn't want to do anything. It's just a little magnetic sensor that works with magnetic stuff. So all right, wrap rolls up here. Each wrap roll has 24 rolls on it. So there's cotton dust to eat your butt up every time. No litter around here. Gotta take it. You gotta feed it over this roller a certain way so it can do everything by itself like it does. All I gotta do, I just gotta feed the rat. It's got a little sensor down here that scans the barcode every time. And that's how it knows that it just wrapped the bale, and it'll count down the number on my display. So I know how many wraps I got left. Make sure everything's tight. And then got a button up here. Basically press. It'll feed your wrap. Alright, so I just finished feeding the wrap at the back. So we are ready to roll to wrap another 24 ounce. 24 wraps on there now. It's scanned the barcode. It has a sensor, like I said, at the back. I'm about to wrap this one. So, yep. Cut everything on. Some green stuff where the airplane missed. That's fine, I just always go slow in it. And now y'all can see it's starting to wrap that bale. And I got a camera over there. Backup camera, wrap room, bale room, whatever. And it's wrapping that bale now. And then once that thing is complete, tell me it's ready. Like that. Now I'm going to hit auto. And this is going to pop the bale out. It's way back there. There it is. That's a quick review of how the bale wrapping thing works. It's kind of hot today, I gotta say that, now that I'm sweating. We had good weather for about 2 or 3 weeks, like 80s, and now it's fall, and it's like 91, 92. Today I think it's actually gonna be 93. So it's gonna be like that, I think, for the next 2 weeks, a week and a half, which it's all right. But so that right there is my head speed, and then the bale room just cut on, so it's emptying my accumulator again. So that's my feeder belt speed. That's the beaters in the accumulator speed up there. So just gotta hand steer it through this thing, maybe, no. So with all this things over here, that's just what I keep an eye on. make sure everything is still running smooth. Always make sure that that thing does calm down when it wraps. So I had it sometimes where it didn't scan the barcode, and I looked, because I got it in my mind that I always look at that thing, and I was like, it said it's done wrapping, but it doesn't count that number down. And I went out there at the back on the handler, and I found that the wrap got stuck just before it enters the bale room, and it still scanned the barcode, but the wrap didn't go in the bale room. So I touched the wood, I've never had a miswrap, but I always keep my eye on that. Like every time it wraps, I make sure that it is wrapping. And I look at that camera because I can see when the wrap goes around the bale, then I know I'm good. So, yeah. I don't know if y'all can see the cotton that's still hanging on there, but that comes from the top. Like I said, we have that small bowls that just didn't open up all the way, and that stuff right there will get on my nerves, and like really bad, because I don't like it when it looks like that. But we got to keep in mind that this stuff had a rain on it as well about 5 days ago, so we didn't pick anything for 5 days on this farm, so this stuff can fluff out. So it's fluffed out all the way again, but once you have a rain on these things, it just, I mean, you have times where you can pick just as clean as before you had the rain, but sometimes it just doesn't, and that's the part that gets on my nerves. But you got to deal with it. Yeah.
What's wrong there?
All right, folks, we done picked that field 15. I'm going into field 18 now, but I gotta grease my heads first. You use this little tether that we have, and what I always do is stick it underneath there, but only when I'm around just me. Nobody, when somebody else is around, I have it in my hand, because if I have it in my hand and somebody walk around over here and they stick their hand in over there, and this thing is in here, nobody has control of it, and that can cause a serious accident. So just gotta put it in here, because I'm the only one around and I know what's going on. So it's gonna start greasing the heads now. It has grease on that yellow tank up there that I'm using to shoot it in these bars. So you open up over here, all up, and it's gonna come out by them gears spinning over there. I'll show y'all a little bit, but cotton is looking all right. I mean, I haven't picked anything in here yet, but looks okay. We got a little bit of regrowth starting again, so every 3 or 4 passes that I make, when I turn around and make it a long turn, so I flush my heads with a button, that it shoots a lot of water down the moisture pads to just wash my spindles off. As y'all can see, they are super clean. I mean, there's zero trash on them, and they just shiny. That's the way I like them. I don't want anything to sit in them spindles, because if they do, it means something ain't adjusted right, or you don't flush your heads. But most of the time, you got your dolphers set right, then, and your moisture pads set right, you know, it'll do its job. Just a matter of running the right amount of water just using your head on when to flush it. When you run through green stuff like this on the bottoms, your bottom spindles tend to you know, like get green stuff on them, and it'll cause a little bit of cotton sap, the stalk sap, and the sap that's in them leaves start sticking to the spindles. So that's why I just like to adjust everything and have everything in specs all the time. So in that other field, I had to do a little adjustment after I adjusted my dolphers to try and see if I can pick cleaner. So I came over here. This is my pressure door, which is right there. Works with these springs over there. Keep pressure on the doors, keep the cotton thick in there, so the spindles can grab them all and wrap it up on the spindle. That's what the door does. So I had to loosen them up a little bit because the cotton was getting so thick that I was starting to think that, you know, it's gonna, I didn't really see my pressure doors pushing out a whole lot in that thick stuff, and it picked a little dirtier. So the moment I saw it, I stopped and came out and released some pressure on these doors so the cotton can feed better. Otherwise it's going to start having a dragging effect on the plant. And if this stalk, like when I pick, I want this stalk to sit straight up when the picker is through that cotton. I don't want that stalk to be like this. That means my pressure doors are too tight and it's dragging on my plant. And usually when it's like this, you'll have cotton dragged out on the plant itself, not the hard locks. Like that's a little bitty bowl. That bowl ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, it ain't gonna open anymore like that. I mean, that's a good bowl. So, yeah. Let's see, like y'all can see the grease over there now. What happens is it runs down to every bar from the top to the bottom. It creates all that little bitty gears in there. That happens every 6 hours. When I have to do that, I have a reminder on the screen that comes up. It'll tell you grease the units, the heads and stuff. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing now. Sometimes it gets a little messy on the spindles, but nothing a little flush can't clean up. But I don't like to get it too wet with grease, because it'll eat my dolphers up. It'll soften the dolpher and it'll eat it away like in one pass, and then I gotta get out and adjust it again, back to adjustment. Even though I picked 6 hours on the same adjustment, perfectly tight, everything, it will eat that dolpher away. It'll soften it up quick because it gets hot. So yeah, water comes out of here. I had to replace this one the other day. It broke right here. It has a little nozzle up in there. There's a 100 mesh strainer in front and the back, and I adjust my water PSI in the cab. When I see, after I make my adjustments on the dolphers, what I do, and it still don't pick clean, you know, I go through everything except the water. If those things are in specs, you know, I can't adjust them anymore. Then I go to my water in the cab as I pick, and one little fine adjustment can make it pick dirty, or it can make it pick super clean. A lot of times while those heads are greasing, let's say I go in here, my dolpher is on this side. If I have cotton dropped on the ground on this side of the plant, if I go this way, that means that the dolphins are dropping them most of the time. If it's on the other side, that means it, like sometimes you get a whole one like this laying on the ground, which means pressure doors are too tight. It takes this thing behind here and it grabs it and it rips it off and it just throws it on the ground. Dirty. This thing can get dirty a lot, like super dirty. That's always, like, it'll blow off tonight, but diesel tank, water tank on the other side. We run Dawn soap all the time. John Deere sells spindle cleaner as well, but it costs too much, and Dawn soap does a better job with a lot less soap. So that's what a lot of folks around here use, actually. Normal dishwashing soap works perfect. So let's get this banding done. Hendrick band around all these fields, and our planter cut off perfectly in a line all around that last pass. So I'm gonna do this, and I'll catch y'all later. Alright, so some folks that do run these things probably say that it choked, or not choked up, but like a combine overfilled, but it did not. The reason for this, I'll show y'all. Oh, I hate it. It makes a mess up in here. Time to clean it out a little bit. Oh, I gotta cut the fan off. Otherwise, I'll be breathing dust. Alright. Close the door. Otherwise, I'll get dust all in my cab. Look. Every day. Hate it. The wind blows the wrong way, it'll get you. So y'all see this? Catches some of the cotton, and it'll make it drop down through here or through here, like over there. It'll hit this thing, fall down either here, here, or in that corner over there. So throw it off. I don't want that nasty stuff in there. Gosh, there's dust. That stuff right there, ooh. Hate dealing with them. That's good. It's the only time I ever get it to choke up or, you know, drop the stuff over there. It's only on this chute over here. Look at this. So good, making good progress in this field over here. I got about an hour, maybe 55 minutes left, and then I'll be done with this one. I usually pick about 80 acres a day, which is still not bad, but sometimes I hit 120, and we've had a couple guys say that no, you don't pick 120 acres in a day. Oh, I've done 135 in a day, so I know it. But that's when we get them real long nights where I can go until like 11 o'clock or so, and that's when I can get it. Starting out 9 o'clock in the mornings when we have a wind blowing that like through the night that doesn't let any cotton get dew on it, then I can start at 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I'm leaving that pass because it's the last one that goes all the way through to the other end behind the trees over there. So I'll finish this corner over here, jump back in that one, go back, take it all the way through, and go get that corner over there. Looks big, but it ain't big. I mean, it's 14 acres, this and that over there. So all right, folks, let me put my brightness up a little bit. We are still rolling. We got 4.65 acres left. That is about 29 minutes. We'll be done soon with this field as well, and that'll bring me actually a little over let's see, 80 acres, a little over 80 acres for the day, which is not bad in small fields.
Okay, so we are back this morning, checking the header over and the rest of the combine. Start out with a couple of blades broken, so gonna remove these bolts, and sometimes you can slide them out, otherwise you have to take these bars off and replace the blade. We have found ourselves picking up a lot of stumps in that field, and getting in the header and whatnot. So I think that's where most of these broken blades come from. There's another one. There's another one. So we are still not done with 160. We waited a long time yesterday for a truck, so that is what held us back. But we did cut 2 full trucks. The soybeans are still holding in at 61 bushel, which it was 62.9, but we're getting in some weak points now. But we'll finish. I think we got 3 acres left of that field, and then we go to a different one in the 160. It's about 40 acres, and then we'll be done for now. Then we got 37 acres left soybeans to cut. So I'm probably gonna go spray that tomorrow, and we'll cut that sometimes next week, and we will finally be done. So this header is starting to give us some problems. I've noticed a crack right there. This is that new belt that we put on. It's starting to tear again. I think it's time to trade this head, get a 35 flex for the 670 and get a 40 feet for the big combine. But I don't know, we'll see. Tristan is cleaning out his picker this morning. I hope he educated y'all yesterday. So let's get going. Here's the old one, the new one. This worked out perfectly. Now we move on to the next one and get it replaced. If I can find it. Right here. So this one, obviously we're gonna have to take that off and drop this down. So I'm gonna go get some ratchet. Okay, so we just finished that 79.5 acres. That's what that is. Heading over to that field, and that field average 61.64. Now that for a field that's been landformed last fall, I'll take that any day. So that field hasn't been worked up, we just rode it up and planted. So we're gonna see how much bushels did we lose or did we messed up by not working that field. Sometimes next week we'll see what this one does, because I'm fixing to spray that tomorrow. And that one has been worked, but it's late planted, so we're fixing to see some results here. So this field, it is a little lower. Look at the average is still from the other field, it's still dropping down. But yeah, here and there I've seen a 60, but not very, it's in the 50s all the time. I think if I rubbed this field we would have had 60, 65, 70 bushel like the other field, but we didn't. So still pretty good for a field that's been landformed. I'll take it. We'll probably finish this afternoon and then see where the day sits, what time it is. It's already 2. So this field I'm running 5.5, and that other field I ran 4.5 max. So but anyhow, it's plenty dusty. we just finished with the 160. We did 131 acres, and I think we got about 37 to 40 left, and it's in a field right behind us that I'm fixing to come spray. We'll cut it next week, and soybean harvest is done. So how did this field do? Not good. So right there y'all can see, so that field in the back, this one, that's the one that we still need to do. That part where it's blank, that's the part that is drilled with a seed drill on 7.5 inch spacing, so that's why there's nothing there, but that's planted with a row crop planter. So these two fields average 61.64 or something. This one I think average like, I don't know, 50, maybe 50. I think it was less than that, but here y'all can see it did pretty good, and then it's just starting to fall off quite bad. So that last part right there was pretty bad. Here y'all can see this whole area. But anyway, there's the average right there, but I don't think that's quite right. It was dropping way down. Let's see, that was the Almer. Yeah, the Almer did 35 bushels. It was pretty bad. And the Pioneer, it dropped down from 61 to 58. So the Pioneer was better in this field than the Almer. The Almer is don't like it. So the average of the whole 160 so far is 53 bushels. So anyway, I'm gonna go and blow my combine off, and then come spray this field. And I think tomorrow we're gonna pull the Kelly Diamond. I'm gonna start pulling it on the cornfields, and I need to bring my drone so I can get some drone footage, and get some drone footage of that cotton picker before it leaves the Haynes place. So I guess we're gonna end this video here, and then tomorrow we'll start with a new video. I'm a little behind. I got like 3 videos to edit. Maybe I'll get to one of them tonight, see if I can get it done and upload it. But anyway, thank y'all for watching, and we will see y'all on the next one.